I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber, coming to you right here on, man, where am I at this time? I'm on YouTube and Facebook, and we're having fun. We just left Instagram and TikTok. Man, this is pretty cool. I love getting in here a little bit early, jumping over onto the other platforms, saying hello, seeing how everybody's doing. And it works pretty good. So if you saw what we did over there, do me a favor. If you were just over on TikTok or Instagram or any of that, please just say hello. Say, hey, yeah, I came over, just saw you. I appreciate it. Roger Betancourt says, Roger, you are the best. Greetings from Garland, Texas. Garland, Texas is where I grew up. I am a G-Town boy. So, man, I love what I do over there. I love growing up in this town. Let's start off at the very beginning, though. Architectural sheet metal is in the house. Man, that is a good YouTube channel. If you have not seen it, guys, jump over there. See what people are doing. When you see somebody in here that comments and says hello and they know what they're talking about, man, all I can ask for you is, look, go check them out, see what they do. And, man, if you like it, man, subscribe to the channel. That's what it's all about. I got the comments flying by fast, so I'm going to try to get in. It looks like I had a lot of people over on Instagram, a lot of people on TikTok. Thank y'all very much. I think that is fantastic. Love seeing y'all. Oh, here's a good one. Roger just uploaded a video using the new M12 Snake from Milwaukee. And I got to jump into the chats. Man, I got folks saying hello. Moose Sewers and Drains says first. Well, you were first behind architectural sheet metal. Roger Reed or John Reed, what's up? Good to see you. There you go. My hometown boy, Mr. Betancourt. How are you? Good to see you in here. Jonathan Vincent from New Zealand. I enjoy watching your videos. Man, you're a little ways away. Those of y'all that are not here in the Dallas, matter of fact, if you're not in the U.S., do me a favor. And I'll find the tag. It's around here somewhere. Man, what I want to tell y'all is go over and check out our subreddit. The reason being, we literally, and I'm looking for it. There we go. Man, go over to our subreddit, post any pictures or videos of anything that you do, any plumbing jobs that you see. Anytime you see some weird, freaky stuff or anything else that starts with an S, do me a favor and, man, post it over here. Love to see it. Love to hear it. Love to know what all's going on. All right. So thanks from New Zealand. Angela Wall says, what's up, Roger? I'll tell you what, it is a beautiful day. It is a great weekend. I got to relax a little bit. Any of y'all ever heard of Leak Pro? You know what I'm gonna find a link for it. The reason being, I have been in Palm Springs, California the last week. And I gotta tell you, I was out there doing training. And it's training for, there it is right there. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in here just so y'all can see it. Now, we are upgrading this website, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in here anyway, just so y'all can see it. People ask me all the time, you know, Roger, what leak detection equipment do you use? And I got to tell you, this is it. But we've been out there doing training. I had a great company. Man, we'll just make that happen real quick. Sorry about that, camera. Bye. Yeah, well, guys, look, I don't put up with vulgarity and stuff like that on here. Sorry. If that's what you want to do, man, you're probably in the wrong spot. Trust me, when I'm out on the job or hunting or fishing with my guys, now I've been known to talk that way, but not on here. Isaiah Sosa says, what kind of multimeter and manometer would you recommend for a service tech? Talk to any HVAC guys you know. I can't think of the name brand that I use, but man, I love it. Believe it or not, I'm a certified HVAC tech. I just don't do it very often at all. So I wish I could tell you the name of it. So happy to be here. Greetings from New Jersey, Moose Sewers and Drains. I love it. Thank you very much. Yeah, Cameron, I don't do stuff like that. Sorry, brother. Make that go away. From TikTok. Also, we had some people follow over. Hello from Iowa. We're almost at 100. Normally, when I get to 100 subs, I ask, or 100 people live, I ask people, hey, tell me where you're from. What city do you live in? What state are you in? And what do you do for a living? And I do that. Looks like I've already got a question from today. There is a link up top, guys. Ask me a question. There's a link there. It takes you over to our Google document. As you can see, there's a lot of people in here, and the chat's going by real fast. I'm not going to get to every question in the chat. I do try. Sorry about that. So if you've got a question you want to guarantee gets answered, go to the very top of the chat. There is a tag up there that says, ask me a question. It will take you over into our Google Drive. There's a form to fill out, ask you who you are, what your name is, stuff like that, and then fill out your question. Miles Brim says, what's realistic yearly salary for a plumber in Alabama? I don't know what scale is in Alabama, but here's what I'm going to tell y'all. Don't think about annual salary. Don't think about things like that. Think about getting a job as a service plumber where you can go out and do commission or cost plus or anything like that, where you get a percentage. Because if you can help a company make $1 million in sales, you can make 100,000 a year just off that. To be honest, if you're doing $1 million sales, you should make 200,000 a year. So it's up to you. I know Sean Strong, 49 people and only 8 likes. Yeah, that ain't even good plumber math. So if we got any good plumbers in here, give me a thumbs up. We're trying to make that number go up. Let YouTube know that we're doing something good here. So if you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike it, hit the thumbs down button, but make sure you hit it twice. That way it goes away. John Reed says, Roger just uploaded a video using the new M12 trap snake from Milwaukee. I'll tell you what, I've got their new 350-foot cable, their new 200-foot cable, and I got to tell you, man, I think Milwaukee is doing amazing things with the camera. Any of y'all use the Milwaukee cameras, man, put a hashtag yes in there. Let me know, and man, it'll be good. I'm just curious because I love them. And I've got a couple of different reasons, but I'll tell you why. Angelo Walls, greeting from Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, so again, we're almost at 100. And tell me what city you're in, what state you're in, and what you do. We get a lot of people in here that, well, they're not plumbers. And that's okay. Look, just because I'm a plumber doesn't mean you got to be. The cool thing is, though, I love being a plumber. I love what I get to do. I love this camera. You can see Sean Strong. Look at this. Do you see this? I'm just saying. Hook them. Which is really cool because this is Monday. Day after tomorrow, I'm headed down to the University of Texas. I've been asked to come in as a guest lecturer for their marketing and advertising class. So, man, I am excited about that. Eric Torres just came over from Instagram. Jonathan Vincent from Instagram. Hi, Roger. You are the best. I'm from Connecticut. Welcome to the big show. Love to see it. Roger Wakefield, Finger Lakes loves you. Not sure where Finger Lakes is, Garrett, but good to have you in here. Thank you so much. And guys, here's one thing that I'm thinking about doing. I want to know what y'all think. Here's the thing. I travel a lot. I just left Palm Springs, California. I'm headed to, God, here in the next couple of weeks, I am in, I want to make sure I get this right. I'm in Austin. I'm in Houston. I'm in Pittsburgh. I'm in Erie. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, and then I'm back home. So that's kind of a lot of traveling. But man, my thing is I always want to find out, how do I hook up with plumbers there? Meaning if I came to Fort Lauderdale and went to a supply house for lunch, man, what's a good way to get out and meet people, meet tradespeople? That's why I'm trying to put together a networking event here in the Dallas area. We literally, now I want to invite the trades to it. I want plumbers, roofers, electricians, HVAC techs. I want these guys come in, have a beer, have some appetizers, have a good time, but get to know each other and build everything, build the relationships. David Carrasco says, can I become a plumber just out of prison? It depends on what you were in prison for, and it depends on what state you're in. But yeah, there's a lot of people that man, look, once you're rehabbed, there's a lot of people that come in and make a good living. So, David, yes, it is a possibility. It just, like I said, it depends on what your state will allow, what they won't allow. But I would definitely reach out to them and say, hey, look, this is something I want to do. Remember, guys, head up to the top of the chat. There's a link there to go ask a question. And since I saw Sean Strong's name, there's the link to our subreddit, Roger Wakefield posts. We've got plumbers from around the world in here. If you think your plumbing is different than ours, we would love to see it up there. Please go to our subreddit, make a post. It'll be great. All right. Happy Go Lucky says, are you related to Arnold Schwarzenegger? No, I am not. I know we're built a lot alike. We both have that, massive upper body, just mine's in my belly and his is in his muscles. David Horan says, do you know where plumber comes from? From the word plumb. Straight, true. Bick Mitchum says, hello from Saskatchewan, Canada. How are you? Bick, man, I have tried meeting the labor board up there. I've tried meeting with Justin Trudeau. I know that's not going to happen. But the people in charge of the trades, look, I think that, I know y'all need help getting people into the trades just like we do. So love to find a way to work with Canada. Mr. Miyagi of Plumbing, what's up? Matt McDonough, how are you doing in here? My brother from another, and look, here's the cool thing about Matt. I get to see Matt in here. He jumps in the live stream. He jumps in the live stream on LinkedIn. Man, he's everywhere. So Matt, good to see you in here, brother. I have a union interview in New York City. You have advice? Yeah, I got it, Eric. Number one, I love that. Look, I think the union is good, and I know a lot of people don't think that from watching my videos. And here's the deal. The union, if you want to be a commercial plumber and you want a job forever. You don't want to own your own company. You don't want to branch out and try things. Look, the union is fantastic. They've got a great training program. They've got great insurance. Some of the unions have great benefits. So what I'll tell you is look, there's nothing wrong with the union. Jump in, join, learn everything you can and grow. That's why I talk about all the things that I do on my channel. Look, I used to be in the union. So I've been open shop. I went union. Now I'm open shop again. I've done residential. I've done commercial. I've done service. I've done new construction. I've done industrial. There's not much that I haven't done. I love it. I love talking about it. And I can give people advice on getting in the union. I can give people advice on getting out of the union, on starting out in sheet metal. I mean, there's a million different things. So anyway, I love it. Just started out as a plumber helper here in Jacksonville. Among your videos, your videos is helping me, man. I love that, Angelo. Thank you very much. David Horan says, do you know where the word plumber comes from? Talked about that a while ago. Alatui Luavasa, I hope I said that right. Says hello from Hawaii. Man, what part of Hawaii are you in? I've got a friend that lives over in Kona. Would love to make it over there. Ismail Olivares says, what's up from Houston? Driving back to the shop now. Had to hop on. Well, number one, Ismail, hello. How are you? I hope things are going well. I will be in Houston October the 5th with the Houston Young Professionals. I will be back in Houston on October 11th with a Discover Master Networks meeting for Houston. So anybody out in Houston that wants to grow their business, man, check out those two, Houston Young Professionals and Master Networks Houston. Garrett J says, check me out, Blue Jay Plumbing and Heating, Finger Lakes. Thank you very much. Alex Petrosino says, any helpful tips on training an apprentice? Yeah, there really is. And here's the deal, Alex, is look, apprentices, number one, there's not a lot getting in the trade. So I think we need to work with the ones that are a lot better. I think that we need to look at what can we do? What are their fears? And number one, I can tell you a lot of them that get in the trades are like, look, I don't know anything about plumbing. They think you're just supposed to get in and already know it. And what I tell them is, look, when I got in the trades, I knew nothing at all about plumbing. So the opportunities there, just work with them, give them a little support, give them a little help, and let them know, hey, look, I want you to do good. So here's what we're going to do for you. And I think that's a big deal right there. James Miller says, very interested in getting my license. Good for you. James, what state are you in and how hard is it to get your license? Now, I've been telling y'all, I've got a link up top. If you guarantee you want your questions to get answered, I'm fixing to jump over there right now. So I'm jumping into the forum. Jose Alberto, how are you doing? Not in the trade. Says, thinking about joining the Army and enrolling in their plumbing program. Would you say this is a good decision, or it's best to find a job as an apprentice and work my way up? I'll tell you what, if I could go back and do things different, I think that's a great idea. Number one, you get to serve our country. Number two, I'm not sure how long you want to stay in it or anything like that. But man, I've got people that stayed in the military for 20 years. Now they've got a full pension retirement from them. Once you're in the union, once you're plumbing 20 years in the Army, you're going to be able to get a job anywhere. And you put in another 20 years in the union or something like that, and you can have 2 pensions. Life could be amazing. Or you get out, you come over here, you open your own company, and you can really do good. All right, let's see the next one. Tui, how are we doing? He's in plumbing. Says, what do you prefer to start from, plumbing construction or plumbing services? There's different ways to look at it. Here's what I'm going to tell you is I love the way I started out. I started out doing a remodel of a big commercial job. The neat thing about it is I learned what was in the walls. I learned how they did things. And yeah, take that show on the comedy circuit. You're a funny man. Anyway, I started commercial really, but I learned what went in the walls, and I like that. So when I came back as a service tech, I could look at a wall and I knew pretty much what was in it. So I love that idea. I think it's a good way to do it. Not saying that everybody's going to start that way, but that's kind of the way it worked for me. The good thing is that you know how things are built. So when you come back to fix it, it makes it a little bit easier. So those of y'all that are wondering, I've got the forum, the link up on top. Jump into the forum, jump over there. Man, more than happy. I will answer every question over there. I'm telling y'all that. So if you've got a question that you want to guarantee gets answered, click on the link up top where it says ask me a question. Go over there, ask your question. I'm going to jump back into the chat now, but man, I mean, in the chat, I'm already like 15 minutes behind. So that's why I say if you've got a question you want to guarantee gets answered, jump in over there. And I am talking a lot today because my throat is going 90 miles an hour. And I am on Do Not Disturb. Perfect. All right. Keegan Fritz says, hey, Roger, name's Keegan. I was wondering if you had any tools that you use that make your job easier that we may not know about. If you're are you talking hand tools or office tools? Hand tools. I love the battery operated tools. I think the better tool you can get, and I almost want to say the more money, but it's not always about more money. If you get good tools, man, they're gonna make your life easier. one that I'm fixing to start doing is Jobber. If you are not familiar with Jobber, you need to check it out because they've got invoices, they've got communications with your customer, they've got collections, they've got so many cool things. And man, I'm just telling you, I think that is going to be a big deal. I'm looking forward to it because I like what they have. Matter of fact, I just bought, I put in the, matter of fact, I'll jump down to it. There's Leak Pro. This is the leak detection equipment system that we use. I got to tell you, it's phenomenal. We're doing a lot to upgrade it. We just designed new cases, a new circuit board. We're doing some cool stuff. I'll say if you want it, you better get it quick because I know the price is going to go up. But I will tell you this: I think this is some of the best leak detection equipment that there is when it comes to tools. That's what you're asking about. That makes my life so much easier because I don't have to hire other people to do it. I actually just got back from Palm Springs on Saturday, flew out there to train 3 plumbers from Northern California. It was amazing and it blew their mind. So it was great. Aaron says, "Hey, Roger, I'm from Dallas. Just sent off my application for the tradesman test. Just want to say thanks for all the videos. It really helps a lot." Well, Aaron, number one, congratulations to you. I hope you do well. And I think that we're in the greatest trade there is. And I know Sean's in here. And him and I talk about this a lot. Look, service plumbers are superheroes. We walk into people's houses when people are afraid of what's going on. They're afraid of what's happening. They have no idea. We are the professional. And when we show up and we save the day for them, and they're like, look, I don't know what's going on. How much is this going to cost? And they're scared. And if you come in and you treat people right and you take care of them, man, they're going to love you forever. So I think we're in a great spot. AJ Johnson says, "Love Texas and love my freedom. United States is amazing." Completely agree. There's the Leak Pro. There's the Leak Pro. There's the Leak Pro all the way down. There you go. Can you post a link to your subreddit? Yeah, we've done it a couple of times. Matter of fact, watch this. Boom. There it is. Just go over to Reddit and search Roger Wakefield posts. Actually, I think you can just go to Google and search Roger Wakefield posts now, and they'll take you right over there. So, James, if that's good enough, man, let me know. If not, I'm looking down here in the comments and the live chat. Sean Strong has posted links in there, not just to the subreddit, but also to the Discord group. Garrett J, what is up with you? Water. Ron Level, field piece. There you go. Field pieces is the one I've got. I've got the blue bag and I've got a multimeter. I've got all kinds of things for it. Ron, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I'm gonna go ahead and stick that up there. Favorite that one. Michael Lazarski says, "Hey Roger, hope you're doing well. I have a question in regards to a clogged drain. Short of it, a contractor remodeled our bathroom last year, guest bathroom, so it's not used much. So when they did the grout, they put the excess in the drain. Man." Slab built home. What is the best method of clearing it? If it's just grout, you might look at a grout remover that you can pour down in there. Sizzle, Hercules, something like that. There's some different brands that you can use. I normally don't like drain cleaners, but when it's something like this, that you're going to need something more. You might try running a cable down there and see if you can get to it. I'll tell you what, I've got the oh shoot, I got a few of them. I'd play with running a good cable down there with a good head that's going to really bust that stuff up. What's the flex shaft from Rigid? I love that one. Trying to remember which one I've got. I have got. Yeah, these things are freaking amazing. I think I've got like the K209. It is just, I'm telling you, as a drain cleaner like this, I love it. There we go. So the flex shaft. Yeah, I've got the K9 204. And man, I'm telling you, depending on where it is in there, I would see if there's a way. If it's gone past the P trap and you can get it out, if it's past the santee, like in the riser down in the bottom, I don't know if it's just stuck in your P trap or what. You may end up having to turn to the wall behind it and get down to where you can pull that P trap, maybe pull the Santee. It's number one. I would, and I don't know how long it's been. It says it's been a little while. Last year, I don't know if you can get them to come back out and say, "Hey, look, y'all did this," and see what they say. So it's called Roger Wakefield. In addition to plumbing, also learning HVAC, and that is good for you because I'm an HVAC tech. Also, I just don't do anything with it. Uh, Even though now I'm part owner of an HVAC company. You'll see Rescue Air pop up here a lot. The cool thing is, I love the fact that I'm a certified HVAC technician. I just don't do anything with it. I know that's horrible. I hope I last an hour and a half tonight. My throat is about gone. All right, going back over to the forum. Got a lot of questions over there. So I'm going to take that question down. I'm going to scroll down. Miguel says, is it still in school? Says, thinking about getting into plumbing right out of high school. How would I apply for an apprenticeship through Open Shop? Do I call my local plumbing company and send in my resume? Here's what I would do. And this is really a good question. So I love this. Miguel, thank you very much. What I would do is I would watch the television. Who is advertising on TV more than anybody else? Those are normally your bigger companies that can afford training. If there's not anybody in your area that is, and I mean, man, watch all the channels, watch and see what plumbers are advertising where. Then what I would do, go apply at those companies. If you want to be a service plumber, if you want to work open shop and build houses, go look at the custom houses in your area, see who's building, the ones they're building, see who's doing the plumbing on them. So there's a lot of different opportunities here, but man, get out there and talk to people and start now. You say you're in high school. Yeah. Thinking about getting into plumbing right out of high school, start now. Go by, if you get out of school early one day, swing early one day, swing by a plumbing company and say, hey, I am thinking about getting into plumbing later, and I'd like to talk to y'all and see what y'all think about it. Ask to speak with the owner. Can I interview you? Ask if you can speak to plumbers that work there and ask them, what do you think about it? Would you do it? Why would you? Why wouldn't you? Man, the opportunities are phenomenal. So Miguel, look, I think that's a great question. Thank you so much. Matt McDonough says, hey, Mr. Miyagi of Plumbing, thanks for the shout out. My question is, I'm thinking about expanding my knowledge, thinking about taking courses for my mechanic license for aircraft. Love that. I have a vast resume covering automotive technician to HVAC, plumbing, electrical, and plant operations. Should I make an attempt to get the license? Number one, Matt, I love that. I love people that continue learning. But here's what I want to ask you is, what are you going to do with it when you're all done? Is your idea or your job to open a shop that works on airplane engines and cars? Is it to be a plumber, electrician, and HVAC tech? What do you want to be when you grow up? And I ask because I truthfully think we all have amazing opportunities in front of us. A lot of times I'll catch myself, and I hate to say this, learning too much. I get to where I'm just learning more. I'm learning more. And then it's like, wait, how am I ever going to use this in my business? How's this going to tie back to what I'm doing? So, man, that's a tough one. That's one you got to decide, because I don't know your long-term plans. But I always ask myself, which I know my goals, and we talked about this earlier. When you get in the trades, do you know what your end game is? Do you want to own your own company? Do you want to run a company for somebody else? Do you want to be a project manager, a superintendent, director of operations? What do you want to do? Because if you don't know, man, you can learn forever and never get really good at anything. And that's a tough question, but I would say figure out what do you want to be? I hate to say this because I'm still trying to figure out, what do I want to be when I grow up? My thing is really, number one, I never want to grow up, but I got a long way to go. And I'm about 30 minutes behind on the chat. So guys, I will tell y'all this. If you really want to get a question answered, jump over into the form up top and I will get to you. All right. Mike Payne is in plumbing. He says, as a business owner, Why did you choose residential plumbing service over commercial? This is an easy one. And this, again, a great question to ask. Why did I choose residential service plumbing over commercial? Well, here's the deal. Residential service plumbers get paid that day. And I did not want to be in a position where I'm waiting 30, 60, sometimes even 90 days to get paid. That means I'm financing that job for that general contractor. I didn't want to put myself in a situation like that. And profit margins. I have ran some of the biggest commercial jobs in town. The problem is profit margins on those jobs are normally 5 to 10%. Don't get me wrong, you can do better. But profit jobs on residential service are normally 15 to 20%. So if you're really going to get in and work that hard at it and you're going to build a company, would you rather make 5 to 10% or 15 to 20%? That part is up to you. Great questions today, guys. I'm loving this. All right. Ryan Sands says, hey, Roger, I'm from Victoria, British Columbia. Let me start over. I'm from Victoria, British Columbia on Vancouver Island. What do you think of plumbers who never bother to get their plumbing license, or up here in Canada, their red seal, because it's not worth it or they don't need it? It's something that's been on my mind lately. I'm a third-year apprentice plumber. Number one, I don't like it. And I've made videos about it. To me, I call those guys handymen. Man, if you're gonna be a professional or tell people you are, get the license required, because then that's a third-party validation. The Texas State Board of Plumbing Examiners says I'm a professional, not me. I have a professional license. Also had a cosmetology license and a massage license. So I've had a few licenses. But what I tell you is I don't like people that don't have licenses, don't have insurance. I've had apprentices that work for me that went and hired a master license and opened their own plumbing company. The bad thing is they got fired from here because they did, I almost said it, because they did bad work. You know, you've got to decide, do you want to be seen as a professional or do you want to be seen as a hack? And man, I hate to say it, but that's really the way I see it. If you're selling yourself as a professional plumber, get that professional license. All right. James Lee says, do you work in your business or own your business? Man, I can tell you now, I work on my business. And I love that because I learned that from Michael Gerber. If you get out and you put yourself in a position to where you're working in your business all day, every day, meaning if I build a plumbing company where I'm the only plumber and I've got a job, I'm in the truck running crazy. Here's my deal. I've got a job. But if I put myself in a position where I've got other people working for me, I'm spending time recruiting, I'm spending time marketing, and I'm spending time training my plumbers or helping them, you know what? Then I'm working on my business, not in it. James, that is a great question, my friend. Thank you so much. Jack, you're funny. Yeah, I know that's not a real one, but I will definitely report that to Google as I don't know if they call that hate crime, what they want to call that, but yeah, I don't play games like that. So I will screenshot it and do it. The good thing about Google, since you clicked on that link, they know who you are and where you are. That's the kind of stuff that gets people kicked off the internet. So have a great day, brother. All right, back over here with real people, not nimwits. James Miller's in Pennsylvania. John Reed says Tallahassee, Florida, plumber specializing in sewer and drain. I love it. Dayton, Ohio, retail meat cutter. Steve, good to have you in here. Angelo Walls. Can you start as a plumber helper to become a plumber? It's the only way to start. Good luck, but yes, that's how we learn it. Field Peace is amazing. Alberto says, would you say it's a good decision getting into the Army and enrolling? Yeah, we talked about that a while ago. Hawaii in the house. Good to see you. Michael says, I understand that, sir. Grout and drain line, easiest way to clear it out. Talked about that one. I know, Sean. The likes are coming up. I've got more than 8 now. So it's a good thing. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. If you like what we're doing, please do me a favor. Give us a thumbs up. I don't know why that jumped like it did, but I think that we should be good now. All right. We are back into the live chat for a little bit. No, we're not. I think it's funny that people do stupid things on the internet like that and put their stuff in there, knowing that Google knows who they are. Just started plumbing business in a small country town. What are your thoughts on establishing my initial client base? Billboards, business cards, phone book, ads, door hangers. Reggie, here's what I tell you. Get out and start networking. If you'll get out and network, look, I'm a member of Master Networks. Where did it say you were, Tallahassee? I don't know why I thought that. Small country town. Man, find out, does anybody do networking in that town? Are there any business networking groups? It can be a great way to grow your business. Andrew G says, how do you get over the fear of crawl spaces? You know what, man? If you need to, put on a Tyvek suit, tape it up. You know, I used to work with dangerous gases out at Texas Instruments when I was doing industrial. If you don't want dangerous gases to get on you, there's a way to protect yourself. If you're afraid of a crawl space because of bugs or something, there's ways to protect yourself there too. I will tell you this, the bugs are more afraid of you than you are of them. Normally, it's not a problem. DJ the Plumber, I love it. Good to see you in here. Eddie Lammers, what's up? Got some hang loose here. Alatu, good to see you. Architectural sheet metal says metal roofing here. I don't have enough fingers and toes for math. That's why we have calculators. It works. Hello, Roger. Aaron, thank you very much. Mill all the way. Washington State, heavy equipment operator. I love that. I felt, man, I am still behind, guys. Guys, I'm sorry. If y'all ask questions you want to guarantee get answered, please go over into the Google forums. And remember, it's Google. They know who you are. So when you ask stupid questions, yeah, I just don't get. And man, racist and stupid. What makes you connect? What made you connect with Gary Vee? I love his attitude. I love the way he talks about, look, you can do anything. And I got to tell you, listening to him made me think, wow, you know what? I think I can do this. John Reed says, I want to become the guy that people call. Let me elaborate. I specialize in drains. One thing that I see a lot is that plumber will come out to someone's home, lose patience with the drain problem. Oftentimes, come in afterwards and have the issue fixed within an hour. Certainly not bragging or saying I'm better. What I am saying is that I'm patient and I have invested a lot of money into specialized drain equipment. So instead of only being called by residential and commercial customers, how do I present myself to other plumbers in such a way that they can know I have their back and I'm not trying to undercut them or insult their skill set. And number one, long question, but John, here's the deal. Most other plumbers are not ever going to want anybody to call you because chances are you're going to do the job better. That's something they don't want. What I'm going to tell you is you just keep building your reputation, keep working like that. Man, people will make it work. They will find a way to get in touch with you. They'll do everything. And I see Sean, BNI. I'm involved with Master Networks, which is another group, and I love it because they taught me how to grow a business. So it really is a big deal for me. Philip says, hey, I'm from KS and I'm a plumber and trying to get my own business going. Man, you came to the right spot. Andrew G, San Francisco Bay Area, DIY enthusiast and homeowner. Got some good people in here today. Sean Strong says, architectural sheet metal, grew up in Oklahoma. Got enough toes to know it's not adding up. I love that. Christopher Rediker, Juneau, Wisconsin, installation plumber for Culligan. So I like that. Christopher, installing for Culligan, do you have to have a license? And I'm not sure what licensing is like in Wisconsin. Steven Zeiss says, I fix automobiles for 49 years, man. Good for you. Joshua Robin Towery, man, I hate putting that up there. Notice it didn't last long. So what did y'all think about Texas? And man, Texas and Alabama. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not even gonna brag. I'm just gonna say I was at the game and man, I loved it. Can you become a plumber by being a helper first? To me, that is the only way to become a plumber. Michael Lazarski says Texas here. Was a complete residential contractor years ago. Now I cut and polish stones for a living. Now, man, that actually sounds cool. I'm in the Richardson area and over by Texas Instrument. There's a shop over there that you can buy stones. You can buy everything to polish them. It's a neat place. All right. Moosers and Drains is first time watching. Thank you very much. I know. Finger Lakes, New York. Steve, thank you very much. There you go. Sean Strong's got the links right there for the subreddit and the Discord group. Just up north, Dargaville, New Zealand, and I'm setting up a horticultural business. I like that. Eddie Lambert says, check out Art Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electric in Fort Lauderdale. Architectural Sheet Metal says, I've been asked to do a webinar for a high school. Should I charge for it? It would be my first one. You know, I don't think for a webinar I would. I think that, especially since it's for a high school, I work with a lot of high schools here locally trying to get in the trades, trying to help people get into the trades, trying to build a trades program in their school. I don't charge them because to me, that's my way of giving back. Now, don't get me wrong. If it turns into a ton, it could happen. Joseph Lalibert in the house. Glad to see you down there, brother. It just popped up there. Remember, for 24 months. Brother, been hanging out for 2 years. Aaron Hamby says, love to see an event at Morrison Supply in Plano, Texas. And contact Morrison Supply and tell them. Like I like the people over at Morrison, good people. I think they got a lot going on. Sean says, I think your time is worth something. And it is. But there's also a lot of times I look at how can I give back. Says Priyank Manda says starting up a shirt company. I don't put links to other people's videos in here because I don't know what's in there. So sorry about that. Chrominus 87. No, it doesn't. But whatever. Not sure what you're talking about. Trudeau's a clown. I've heard that before. How crucial is knowing math in the plumbing trade? And look, if you're a plumber in here, do me a favor. Put a comment in here and let me know what you think. But look, there's not that much math in plumbing. There's some, but it's easy to learn. There you go. Plumbing, one who pours lead. Il Plumeris or something like that. Steve Arloa, my brother in the house. Good to see you, Roger and Sean Strong. Steve Arloa, good to see you, sir. Would love to work with you, Roger, as a Canadian contractor. We can use your help. Man, I really wish that Canada would reach out or reach back out. I've tried. Got a lot of alohas in the house for a great man. So, Steve, thank you very much. I was about halfway to you the other day. Flew out to Palm Springs, California, went out there for Leak Pro, did a leak detection training class out there. Man, it was fantastic. Had a blast. Sean's afraid of snakes and shipwrecks. Man, that's funny. And afraid of the Texas Longhorns. I love it. Don Shrew says, after 12 years of touching all sectors, found a love for residential service. Not as complex, but there's something special about the gratitude from relief clients after you fix the problem. Man, that's what it's all about, Don. Helping people resolve their issues. It is amazing. All right, let's jump back over into the chat or into the forum. All right, let's see what we got in here. Evan says, what trade jobs are recommended for people with vision problems? You need to be able to drive for all trades. You probably, you're going to have to get to work. And all I mean by that is, look, you've got to get to a job, or you've got to either be in a van where you can do it. And I don't know how good your vision has to be, but I mean, you need to be able to see good enough to work on the things that you're working with. I've done a lot of videos with me being blindfolded, with me having on drunk goggles, with me having on different things. We got some upside down goggles the other day, blew my mind. It was hard to walk. So we're working on a video with that. So do you need to be able to see good? I don't know, but you need to be able to see what the problem is and see enough to be able to get through people's houses, job sites, or talk to them, anything at all like that. James Lee said, how do you know when you're doing something wrong? Man, that's a good one. I think that, a big thing about that is, how were you taught to do it? Are you doing it the right way? Or did the plumber that was teaching you, man, did he teach you the wrong way? And I hate to say it, but man, there's a lot of plumbers out there that I don't think they do things right. And when we put them teaching other plumbers, that just scares the mess out of me. So how do we know when we're doing something wrong? Man, ask yourself, would you do it at your mom's house or your grandmother's house? And that's how I ask my guys all the time. They'll come in, they'll say, look, I'm not sure what to do here. I'm not sure what the right thing is to do. And it's like, well, if this was your mom's or your grandmother's house, would you do it this way? And they're like, no. It's like, well, then don't do it here. So sometimes that's how we know. What does that inner voice tell us? Drew says, what waterline pipe do you like the best? Man, I'm an old school plumber. I still love copper. I think it's great. Rod says, what is the biggest job you went on and everything was messed up? Man, I've taken over big commercial jobs that, we took over for another plumbing company and they had jacked up everything. So, man, there's been some good ones. Big commercial jobs are probably the worst because by the time you get there, it's jacked up bad. So, kind of all I got there on that one. Josh Rich says you got to be able to properly read a tape measure and then divide by how long your pipe sticks are, so you know how many sticks you'll need to order properly. Run the pipe, so pretty important. And that's why I said, look, Josh, there is some math. But I mean, I have people tell me they're afraid to get in the trade because they can't do math. And I'm like, well, can you do addition? Or like, yeah. Well, can you do subtraction? Yeah. Can you do multiplication? Yeah, I can do some of it. Okay. What about division? Some of it. Man, if you can do that right there, you can figure out how to do it all. And look, we've all got a computer in our pocket nowadays. I'm not saying depend on it. You should know how to do it by hand. But man, the opportunities to not get into plumbing because you're afraid of math, you're afraid you might not be able to learn it. Man, get in, become the hardest worker, the best worker. You'll figure out there's not that much to it. Learn to read the tape measure. That's your biggest thing. Dylan says plumbing came from the Romans. Plumbum, which was a worked in lead roofing, piping. Exit the Romans started the term. And I did know it started over in Rome. That is great. Steve says, fears, I'm afraid of Sean Strong taking my job because he's so good. Steve, we're all afraid of that. I mean, this is Sean Strong we're talking about. And if y'all don't know Sean, you need to go check out boom_the plumber over on TikTok. Over on Instagram. God, what are you on TikTok? Over on Instagram, boom_the plumber. Great guy. James says, I'm in Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, my employer does not offer an apprenticeship program, which is required in PA to even begin to get your license, which is a hard decision. Boy, that's tough. Walter Johnson says, what are your tips for establishing your initial client base? My competition really isn't a problem for me. People just don't know I'm here. Billboards, mailers, somewhere. Walter, I've talked about this, man. I would get out and network. Check out Master Networks. That's what I'm a part of, and it has been nothing but good for me. Yeah. So yeah, you become a plumber's helper or become a plumber by being a plumber's helper. Take that show on the comedy circuit, Steve. Yeah. Okay. Now I know what y'all laughing at. Bill Grill says, I'm thinking about getting into plumbing right out of high school. Now, I talked about this a while ago. I would definitely do it. Just find out what kind of plumber you want to be first. I think it will make all the difference in the world. What's up, Just Gamer Guy? How are you? Sony's Workshop says, I have a good client base, but I became the product. Good service, not the business. I don't hire. Best way to separate from being the lead. Here's what I tell you is, look, you can hire people now. And I hear people all the time say, look, I'm the company. I'm the one they call for. Look, I've been making videos for 4 years now. We still get phone calls. Hey, I want Roger to come out. Well, guys, I'm sorry. Roger doesn't come out anymore. Roger's making videos. Roger's teaching other plumbers. Roger's doing this. Roger's doing that. So at Stoney's Workshop, what I'll tell you is, and I learned this from Michael Gerber, if you've created a business that you have to be at every single day, you've just got you a job. And and look, I don't mean it bad, but you can't even call it a business owner because business owners can take off. Not if they don't have anybody that can take over stuff. You should be able to get to the point where you can take off for a week, take off for a long weekend. Then get to where you can take off a couple of weeks. Then where you get to where you can take off a month and nothing bad happens. Your business keeps growing because you've trained people to do things right each and every day. To me, that's what it's all about. And man, when you do that, then your life is completely changed. Now we're back over in the forum, guys. David says, most plumbers I know do HVAC. Do you also? Yes, I do. But it's funny in Texas, most plumbers don't do HVAC. Plumbers do plumbing, HVAC techs do HVAC. I just happen to work now for a company that does both, so I'm around it a lot more. But I got my HVAC certification 10 years ago because I wanted to do it. My company we never got into it. James Miller says, Jobber's what my company uses. Look, I got to tell y'all, Jobber blew my mind. I was so impressed by it when I first looked at it, and the pricing is phenomenal. Jobber is actually coming into my office Thursday to shoot videos. And man, I got to tell you, they blew my mind. I was totally impressed by the product. So I cannot wait. I just can't. Matter of fact, I just told y'all about Leak Pro. We're fixing to move it over onto Jobber because we want to make sure that, look, we have a great accounting system for it, a great billing system for it, a great tracking system for it. It's just, man, it is an amazing deal. All right, next one from the forum. Dick says, ever go something? I don't know what you're talking about there. Go something all over a job. Fabian says, I want to start my own company. I'm 20 years old, about to get my P1 license. Guys, and that's why I ask about this. And I want y'all to think about this. What do you want to be when you grow up? What is your end game? Do you just want to be a plumber? And look, there's nothing wrong with that. I know a ton of plumbers. That's what they want to do. They want to be on a truck every day. They love it. They run commercial jobs. They go out. They work with their hands. Guys, it's a prideful career. It is something that, look, when I did it, I loved being in the field. I loved being in the truck. I loved helping people. I love figuring out problems and how to make them better. When, it was really neat. I got the greatest compliment in the world from one of the presidents of one of the companies I worked for one day. I was sitting in his office and we were talking, trying to figure out where they wanted to move me to next. And he looked at me and he said, you're one of, I don't know if he said 4 or 5 people I got that can do $20 million jobs. And I remember this is freaking 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago. He says, you're one of 4 or 5 people I got that can do $20 million jobs. You see it. You have that much control of what all you can do and how you do it. You're good with the men. Your jobs come in on time, under budget, and safely. He said, I don't have that many people that can do that. So What do you want to be when you grow up? You've got to know what is your end game. And if you know that, then you know what licenses do I need? What endorsements do I need? What do I need to learn to get better? And it may not be plumbing. It may be management. It may be leadership. It may be construction management. May be communications. What do you need to learn to get better? Because you got to know everything it takes to open your own company. And it's not just plumbing. James Lee says, are people who specialize in the trades in Texas mistreated in any way? I'm not going to say we're mistreated because I don't think that we are, but look, people look down upon tradesmen. We're a lower life. We're blue collar workers. We're uneducated. We're not smart. We're manual labor. And man, that doesn't bother me because here's the thing. Sean, I just saw your name there. Here's the name. Here's the thing. If they underestimate me that much, I've already won. So it doesn't matter if we're negotiating. It doesn't matter what we're doing. Underestimate me. That will be fun. Sean. So this is the guy's name. This question. I think he's kind of shady, y'all. I just want to throw the name out there and y'all tell me what you think. Is this guy shady? If you think so, put hashtag yes. If you don't think so, put hashtag yes. Sean Strong. Well, here's the deal. I've got his email. Here's the name. Sean, not as handsome as Steve Arloa Strong. I get that. Sean, not as handsome as Steve Arloa Strong. And I'm just going to see if it'll let me do this just because I know that y'all think I would make something like that up. And I wouldn't. So I'm posting it right there just like it came in. How many support hangers are required on 20-foot by 3-inch ABS pipe? Well, I know this is a trick question. I'm going to say 5 because you're going to need one every 4 feet, if I'm not mistaken. And it's 20 feet, so you've got to have one at the end. Tell me if I'm wrong. And I don't have my book with me. I would normally just look that up. James Miller, I love that about Jobber. Steve Arloa says, Strong, I'm stressed out right now. My invoice app crashed. I didn't have it backed up, lost all my customers' invoices, email addresses, and etc. I have a tech guy who will hopefully recover it. So, Steve, my question is, what system did you have? Just curious. Man, I had mine go down one time, scared the mess out of me. Sean says, yeah, that sucks. I do. Man, that's something you don't want to lose. Sony's Workshop says best way to separate yourself from being the lead technician is to bring the business owner is to being the business owner, not in the field. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I love it down there. Sterilizer and washer disinfection repairs. Good for you. David Ash says, I'm a 23-year and recently switched to plumbing. I was doing utility work before, and there's a lot of new tools I'm needing to invest in. Any advice on cheaper and affordable tools for a new plumber? Dave, I did a video on this just the other day. So here's what I want to tell you. It is number one, I believe in name brand tools. I mean, y'all see me. Look, I work with Rigid, Milwaukee, DeWalt. I work with all of them. I think Milwaukee's got the greatest video cameras out right now. But here's the deal. If I was just starting out, I would probably, being broke, which when I started out, I was not just broke, I was broker than broke. I was so broke, I was hoping to get up to broke. What I would say is go to the pawn shops. Can you find good name brand tools that you might be able to get cheap, carry home, clean up, and then, dude, you got a tool that a lot of them have a lifetime guarantee. That's what I would start out doing. And trust me, I did stuff like that for a long time. There's the link to the subreddit and the Discord group. Gary Gogo Hillman says, love your content. Always wanted to ask you, how do you feel about sleeving pipe? You know, it depends on where it's at and what the purpose of it is. They have us insulate and sleeve yard services in certain parts of Dallas. And I'm like, why? It makes it harder to hear if there's a leak. You sleeve it. If you tape it off really good, the leak could show up 50 feet away from where it really is. You put air into it and seal it off, the bubbles could show up 50 feet away. I don't necessarily like it. Uh, so, Gary, tell me what kind of pipe you're talking about and what do you think about it? Don Shrew says they have two chippers. You can block, you can attach the 3/4 cable fish, go slowly, and repeat back and forth. I tell you what, the man, y'all think I'm joking. The flex shaft from Rigid, yeah, I'm gonna do a video on that because it cleans some pipe. Sean says David Ashton would say buy cheap and replace with more expensive. And that's a good thing to do. Look, when you're just starting out, you just need tools. There's not going to be many people standing over your shoulder saying, hey, man, what brand is that? Unless they're so cheap they don't work. But I mean, and I've seen that. Hey, what brand channel lock is that? Because every time you squeeze, it doesn't grab, it loosens up and it slips to the next size. So that's why I said, look, go to the pawn shop. What can you get to help you out? Love that. Dylan says just have 4 Sloan valves, kick his tail. Seems like every time I do a repair on a Sloan, it leaks somewhere else. Man, that is tough. Yeah, Sean wants to know, Dave, what kind of tools are you talking about? Crimpers, specialized tools mostly. I see crimpers and other name brand tools costing around 40 to 80, looking for multi-purpose, plastic fitting tools, and basin wrenches. Yeah, there's a lot of that you'll be able to find. So, and this is something, guys, look, y'all know how to get in touch with me. Anytime y'all come up with ideas, say, hey, Roger, man, this would be a good giveaway. We've given away the flex shaft. We've given away Milwaukee cameras. We've given away Rigid press tools. We have given away some of the freaking coolest tools I think are out there. So what I want to ask y'all is, what haven't we given away that y'all would like to be given? And I know, Sean, you want a van or something. That's probably not going to happen. I'm just saying. Next question. Got Ryan in here again. Says, hey, you mentioned that you, as well as most plumbers in your state, also do HVAC. This includes air conditioning. Yes. Well, that is what HVAC is there. I thought air conditioning fell into another trade. It does. I also know it does in Canada, 3rd-year apprentice, UA 324. Okay, here's the deal, Ryan, and I wasn't clear about that a while ago. I've had my plumbing license since 1983, I believe. HVAC certification, I just got 15 years ago or so. It is a completely different license. The way I was able to do it, being in plumbing, working for big mechanical contractors, I was a superintendent over plumbing and HVAC. So I was able to get them to sign off on my hours because I run some of the biggest HVAC jobs in town. I did remodels at DFW Airport and A Terminal and E Terminal. I've worked on Parkland Hospital, the biggest county hospital in the world at over 2 million square feet. So I've worked on some big HVAC jobs. So it was really easy to get signed off on my hours. I just went down and took the course and passed the test, and it was easy. And I lost my mouse. I know that sounds bad. There we go. Bill Grill says, thank you, Roger. You are more than welcome. Jakes has been doing plumbing for about 7 years. And I'm still so far behind, guys. I am sorry. About 7 years, residential plumbing for about 3. Finally being let loose in my own truck. Any advice? Yeah, Jake, I understand that just because you're in your own truck doesn't mean you know everything. Don't be afraid to call a plumber. Don't be afraid to call the foreman, the superintendent. Don't be afraid to call and say, hey, look, I need help. Give away a giant pipe wrench. I just looked down there. Okay, James Lynch, that did not make me feel any better. Telling me what year you graduated high school or were born. That's ridiculous, you puppy. Okay, back to the forum. I think I answered the last one here. Yes, I did. Next one. James Lee says, should all the trades be unionized? It's a good question. I see benefits to the union. I also see too much political BS in the union sometimes. Don't get me wrong, man. I know that we need to get out and we need to vote and we need to make things happen. But does that mean I need the union tell me who I need to vote for, man, I'm smart enough to figure that one out myself. And the union always wants me to vote on people that they think are right for me. I want to vote on people that I think are right for me. So, man, there's good things about it. I think that there's really great things about it. Their training, their education, their insurance, man, their pay. There's a lot of good things about it. So, not going to tell you which way to go. Amber Mendoza, my boss. She's actually my manager, so it's great having her in there. Monday Fun Day, love the trades and trade stocks. Yeah, if y'all have not, let me see if I can find it here. See, Amber, way to go. You made me think outside the box. Uh I am starting up another YouTube channel. It is the Trade Talks. It is going to be all about the trades. It is going to have uh it's going to be done a little bit different. We are doing this like, and I want to see, make sure it doesn't jump on me. And it's probably going to. So we'll see how that did right there. There's a link to it there. If y'all want to jump over and subscribe, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take people and bring them in and interview them. People that own their own company, people that are growing on social media, people that are doing different things, people that I think would be great to help us out. And what I mean by help us out is I don't know everything. I'm learning my way. I'm doing things different. Sean's learning his way. He's doing things different. But man, if I can interview people about how they got into the trades, what made them pick the trade they did, how they became good at the trades, how they learned to grow. I'm going to mastermind with Tersh Lissette out of Savannah, Georgia. Tersh is amazing. Dmitry Lipinski. Tersh is HVAC. Dmitry Lipinski is roofing. Dustin Stelzer is electrical. I think I've put together a mastermind that are some really amazing people. And we're always looking at how can we help others. So if y'all see the link in there for the trade talks, jump over there and subscribe. We don't have any videos up yet, but they're coming. And love to have y'all over there. And if y'all are members over there or you're following it, do me a favor and leave us comments over there sometimes or send us messages. How do you do what you do? Who taught you? And also if there's anybody that you know, hey Roger, you really need to interview this guy. They're doing things great. I want to know that information. Rigid makes a great basin wrench. My PEX crimpers are from Sioux Chief. And I think different parts of the country, we have different brand tools that we can have access to. Steve Arloa says, Dave, I order a lot of my tools online, usually cheaper, especially for me and my location. Besides having to wait for delivery is worth the savings. Absolutely. No matter how advanced this world gets, there will always be a need for good plumbers. And I love the way you say that. There's also going to be a need for great plumbers. Man, try to be better than everybody else. Man, I love that, Stephen. Thank you so much. Garrett J says New York is hydroponics, but I'm worried about alienating customers by being a weed plumber. What do you think? Look, I did a video on a medical grade grow facility. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as it's legal, dude, you're straight up. Yeah, no shortage of bad plumbers. Boy, and that's the truth. David Ash, make sure to look into it. Appreciate the insight. Steve says, yeah, Roger, definitely behind the chat. He doesn't even know I should have. I know. I'm gonna jump about 10 minutes ahead. So, like I said, look, any questions y'all got, you should have put in the forum. I got about 20 minutes left, so I am going to. Man, I'm gonna scroll way down. I'm gonna scroll down to about 5 o'clock. So if you put your comment in around 5 o'clock, this at least gives me time to catch up. And I've told y'all that I guarantee y'all, I'll answer everything over in the forum. But this way here, I got a chance on getting caught up. Plumber Works, welcome to the show. Good to see you in here as always. The flex shaft is great, man. I love it. Plumber Works also says save thousands on power tools, pipe threading tools, freeze machines, drain machines, and other plumbing tools, buying them from retiring plumbers on Facebook Marketplace. Man, I told somebody about that the other day. Man, there's a lot of people getting out of the trade, so it is really good. Man, ask people in your neighborhood. If you know a plumber, or maybe you know one, maybe he's getting old. Say, hey man, look, when you get out of the trades, what are you going to do? When he says, I don't know. Say, well, will you sell me your tools? You never know what you're going to get. Ricky says, don't go to any trade schools. All schools are a ripoff. That's not true. Learn while you work. Start off at a small shop that will invest in you. I especially recommend start new construction, then go to service. I agree with you there. You can understand how everything is built. You do that, and service will likely be an early retirement. Now, if you're dumb, the trades are not for you. If you can't talk well and understand that this trade, you will not make it. You will not make six figures as I do. And here's the deal. Look, I've seen some great training programs. Number one, PHCC trains people very well. Texas State Technical College is doing fantastic. The union has a good training program if you want to become a union plumber. And I know I used to be an instructor there. It's not all bad, but I got to tell you, some of the online schools are garbage. So, Ricky, man, you're part right. I'm not going to argue with you, but there are some good ones out there. Do you like PEX-A? I've been using it for about 4 years. Yeah, I do. I love Uponor. I think it's phenomenal. What I like about PEX-A, you don't create a restriction. You expand it out. Man, if you do a restriction, it's sad. Yeah, the big green pipe wrench and James Lynch. I saw that. I didn't think that was very funny. Just saying. Plumber Works in New Jersey. They will let you get a plumber's license and HVAC license if you do plumbing or pipe fitting apprenticeship. If you do an HVAC apprentice, then you can only get an HVAC license. It's because plumbers are smarter. LOL was born in 99. We'll take my master of plumbers next week. Good for you, man. James Lynch is my bad. Denver Charlebois. Does he ever answer questions? Yes. If you ask them over in the forum, like I have said, I will guarantee that I get to them. I'm way behind in the chat, and I have admitted to it. So, matter of fact, here you are, Denver, over in the chat or over in the forum. Hey, Roger, just got an apprenticeship with a company in Ontario. Had a question regarding pay scale. Is it true that fully licensed plumbers can make six figures? Dude, licensed plumbers can make great six figures with numbers that start like a 1, a 2, or a 3. Yeah. Man, you can make great money as a plumber, not a company owner, as a plumber. Now, you're probably not going to do that in commercial unless you're an amazing superintendent for a company you've been at a long, long time. And still, I don't think you will. What I will tell you though is in residential service, man, if you give people great options and you take time building relationships with them, yeah, you can make a good living. Plumber Works is the political side of the union is my least favorite part. You and me both. Charles, I answered that. James, good to see you in here. I get it. Thank you very much. And Sean, I do answer questions sometimes. Worked non-union for 5 years, union for 2 as a worker. Definitely prefer being union. And the deal is, look, the union does. It takes care of you. At least that's what they're supposed to do. They can also jack you over, which is what they did to me. And that's why I got out. So, I mean, look, we've all got things, but look, I still say, look, the union's a good thing. They've got a good training program. You can do fantastic in the union. I get it. Plumber Works, but being union isn't everything. And it's not. It's just good. Peter Smith from Belgium, thank you very much for the love. I appreciate it. Hope y'all are doing great over there. There's a link to my subreddit right there. If y'all do plumbing different in Belgium and Sweden and Canada, wherever it is, guys, send me pictures, send me videos, put it in here in the subreddit. My brother Sean Strong runs the subreddit and the Discord, and I got to tell you, he'll make sure I see it. So thank you. Steve says, yes, water relief. All my stuff has been relieved, recovered, everything. Oh, and it's Wave. I haven't used Wave. I've used Invoice ASAP, but it blows my mind. For less than what I was paying for Invoice ASAP, for as many guys as I had, dude, I'm telling you, a jobber is the ticket. It is blowing my mind. Sean Strong says, now back it all up. Amen. Yeah, put that on your schedule to do that like weekly or something. That way you don't have this problem again. Dan the man says 29, turning 30 next year. Do you guys reckon that's too old to start a career in plumbing? The answer is no. I had people that literally were in the Apprentice Training Center at the age of 55 and loved it. James Lynch started out building log homes. Have you always been in plumbing? I got in plumbing in high school, but I've got out many times. I became a bouncer, a bodyguard, a cosmetologist, a massage therapist. I love doing security work for concert security, sports security, stuff like that. I just always end up back in plumbing because the pay is amazing and I love it because I really get to take care of people. Steve says, Sean, absolutely backed it up on my PC and laptop and tablet. There you go, brother. Now just set you a schedule where you do that like every few days. Plumber Work says, I worked a lot in medical grade growing facilities around New Jersey. Definitely cool work, different from power play. If your question got skipped, there you go. Christopher Lausner says, thanks, this dude loves it. This dude loves it. If you mean love what I'm doing, dude, if you can't tell, yeah, I do. Matt McDonough, thank you for being in here. I appreciate it. Thanks for your advice. Got a boogie. Man, look, guys, I do love what I do. If you can't tell, I'm doing something wrong because I try to show the excitement. I have fun doing what I'm doing. I think that I've got one of the coolest jobs on earth. Number one, it's plumbing. So I get to do what I like doing. The neat thing about it is that this is me getting to help other people. I get to make videos. I get to talk about plumbing. I get to do what I enjoy. As a plumbing company owner, and that's why I talk about things. Those of y'all that don't know me, I started out as an apprentice in high school. And the thing is, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the trades. I think that we should all look at that as an option. We should tell kids about it every day. There are kids that are going through high school right now that their parents are telling them, look, if you don't go to college, you're not going to amount to anything. And the truth is, that's not right. They can literally do amazing. So the whole thing to me is I get to be the guy to help tell them that. I get to be one of the guys. I'm not the only one. But my thing is reach out to people. If there's people in your area that, you see a kid. I used to do this when I was an instructor in a union. If I was walking down the hall at the grocery or down the aisle at the grocery store at night and I saw some kid stocking a shelf, I'd turn down that aisle and I really wouldn't pay attention. But man, I'm watching them. How are they working? What's their work ethic like? Do they stay busy? Are they looking around? Are they playing? Are they on their phone? What are they doing? And whenever I'd get down there, I'd look at them and say, hey, are you going to do this forever? And they always laughed and said, no. And I'll be like, okay, so what are you going to do? And they're like, well, I'm not sure yet. It's like, all right. Well, then I'd ask them, what if I told you I could help you get a job where you can make $100,000 a year and you don't have to go to college? And to me, that is the thing that they were always like, wow. So I'd tell them, look, I don't want to take you away from work, but here's my card. Call the union if you'd like to get into plumbing, pipe fitting, HVAC, or welding. And man, a lot of those kids would call. So I do love what I do. I think it's great that I get to talk about the trades each and every day. I get to make videos to help homeowners learn how to fix their own plumbing, help plumbers get better, help people learn how to get in the trades, help people learn to start their own company, and help people learn to use social media to grow their businesses. So I think I've got one of the coolest gigs on earth. If y'all like what you hear here, you like what we're doing, please give me a thumbs up. If you're on Facebook, give me a heart. If you're on YouTube, give me a thumbs up. Let the algorithm know that you like what you see. I've been going a little long. My throat is getting dry. Y'all heard me coughing and drinking water. So I'm going to shut it down here. But I wanted to reach out to y'all and say thank you. thank you for what I get to do. I love the fact that I get to help people open their own trades company. I get to show them the things that I've learned. So if you like it, look, man, hit the like button, give me a heart. Let me know what I do to help you. And if there's anything you think we need to be doing, man, send me a message. Say, hey, Roger, look, I wish you'd make a video about that. I do try to respond to everybody. So Denver, you're more than welcome. I when you start out the live stream and there's like 80 to 100 people in here in the beginning, it's hard to get caught up. Sorry if I jumped over your questions and you're upset about it. Look, I really am sorry. But when you get behind you that far, you just can't get caught up. I love what I get to do. I'm not sure that I'll be live next Monday because I will be in Los Angeles. I will be at Vid Summit learning how to get better at what I do here. I just want to say thank y'all. I appreciate everything you do for me. And, you know, everything that we do here is all about learning, being positive, having a positive attitude every time you walk in, being optimistic about everything we do every day. It's about recruiting people into the trades. Plumbers protect the health of the nation, and we do it every day. And if you don't do that, if you don't think that those things are important, and you should be very proud of the trades. The trades to me are what make it all happen. You drive down the street, you look around, every building you see, every road you see, and it was built by tradesmen. It was built by blue collar workers. That's why I started that other YouTube channel, the Trade Talks. I'll put that link in here one more time. But I want to say, you know, I can't do what I do without y'all. Y'all make it possible because you show up. You support what I do. You give me thumbs up. You comment. You come in here for the live streams. We are talking about moving the live streams to Saturday. Don't remember if I mentioned. I think I mentioned it right at the beginning because we think more people are at work right now than there are on Saturdays, and we're trying to make it where we can get in here when more people are available. So, you know, do I ever see technology taking over trade work? To an extent, yeah, but I don't think it'll ever outdo it. Guys, thank y'all very much for being here. I appreciate it. I hope that you enjoy everything that you saw in here today. I gotta go through here and get rid of that one. So I hope that y'all enjoyed it. I hope that you come back. Like I said, I don't think I'll be live next Monday. We may look at it. I may try. I may go live from a hotel room. You never know. Anyway, thank you for being here. And if you do like it, give us a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give us a thumbs down, but hit that button twice. Anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate Sean Strong, Steve Arloa, Joe, everybody for jumping in here. I love what we get to do. Mr. Lalibert, thank you. Architectural Sheet Metal 101, Steve Arloa, everybody. Y'all make it all work. I'm Roger Wakefield, lead AP, the expert plumber. I don't say that anymore. Let's go back. I'm Roger Wakefield, lead AP, helping you make more money in the trades.